Hashtag Get Ready With Me. Get Ready With Me is a social media trend where influencers post videos of them waking up and getting ready in the morning. It's a small and inconsequential task. So small and inconsequential, Get Ready With Me videos have over 99 billion views on TikTok. In the Get Ready With Me videos, influencers get out of their pristine beds. A wisp of wind gently blows their hair, and we will never find out where the wind is coming from. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and the room is spotless. I don't know about you, but when I wake up, my hair looks like a rat's nest. And my room looks like it just got hit by a tornado that picked up a dumpster on the way. So when I look at how perfect influencers look in their Get Ready With Me videos, I often wonder if there's something wrong with me, or with my room, or perhaps with the wind near my house, since it does not blow into my room through an imaginary window. So how did we get here? Wasting time watching others getting ready in the morning? Well, the root cause of this is the rise of social media and its influencers. Social media is a collective term for websites and applications that allow users to communicate and share content. And in the kingdom of social media, influencers have become the 21st century monarchy. Influencers serve as role models and trendsetters, particularly to young people. They're seen as the embodiment of success, popularity, and beauty. And amongst us ordinary people, they can often seem extraordinary. So get ready with me as we find the cause of our unhealthy relationship with influencers, discover how this relationship negatively impacts us, and finally discuss some ways to mend this relationship. To begin with, the cause of our unhealthy relationship is twofold: the exponential increase of social media and the surge of influencers. Simon Kemp, CEO of Kepios, a marketing strategy consultancy firm, found that in 2012, 24% of the world population used social media. In contrast, today in 2024, 60% of the world population use social media. With the widespread use of the media, people, young and old, have begun to rely on it to shop, get their news, get recommendations on who to vote for, and even how to be that girl. To feed into the user's frenzy, there has been a stunning rise of social media influencers. Influencers gather a large fan base who are attracted to their looks, style, and charisma. Taking advantage of their followers' global trust, retail companies, political parties, and lobbying groups generously pay money to influencers to obtain their endorsement. That's their whole job, to influence. Addison Rae, who dropped out of Louisiana State University, is a popular social media influencer today. In 2020, she earned $5 million through a social media post. Compare that to the annual salary of $53,000 of a college graduate. It's no surprise that many teenagers are considering becoming influencers instead of pursuing a college degree. After all, doing the Renegade is much more fun than taking the SAT. With this, let's look at the impact of social media influencers on mental health and drug and substance addiction. First, mental health. Jacques Lacan, a French psychoanalyst, described the mirror stage theory in 1936. According to this theory, infants develop a sense of identity when they start looking at themselves in the mirror at the age of 6 months. This identification with their mirror image helps in the creation of an ego, when an individual portrays an idealized version of themselves. Let's now draw parallels between Lacan's theory in 1936 and social media today. Social media platforms are like powerful mirrors, and social media users, aka you and me, are just like infants trying to form our sense of identity. We look at influencers and naively believe that they are mirror images. We develop unrealistic standards and goals, and when we inevitably fail to meet them, we're faced with an intense feeling of inadequacy. And this understandably progresses onto depression. In addition, social media influencers can also affect mental health, can also affect drug and substance use amongst teenagers. Surprisingly, there aren't enough checks in place to prevent influencers from posting harmful messages about drugs and substances to underage viewership. Alcohol, e-cigarette, and tobacco manufacturers have infiltrated the media and generously pay money to influencers to obtain their endorsement. Celebrities are some of the biggest influencers, but also some of the biggest offenders. Justin Bieber and Snoop Dogg are widely known for posting pictures of them glamorizing, drinking alcohol, and using drugs. I mean, Cardi B's whole brand is based on the fact that her name means Be Cardi, the rum. This phenomenon normalizes drug and substance use amongst teenagers. Now, given the far-reaching impact of social media influencers, we have to come up with a few solutions for this problem. It looks like the only thing we can do is to get rid of all influencers. Okay, there may be a few holes in that plan. Turns out guillotines are expensive, so we'll have to keep that as plan B. For now, let's look at some more practical solutions. Firstly, we must balance the time spent on social media and this time spent being social. I propose that laws should be passed that mandate social media companies to include warnings of the risk of prolonged use of the media. Remember, back in 1966, tobacco manufacturing companies were made to include warnings on cigarette boxes that smoking can be injurious to health. The American Lung Association found that the number of adults smoking dropped from 46% of all adults in 1966 to only 12% today. This just goes to show that these warnings work, both for tobacco use and social media. Secondly, there must be better regulations of advertisements on the media. Advertisements are often mixed with influencers' non-advertising content. This makes it very difficult for users to identify advertisements and tend to be misled. The Federal Trade Commission issued guidelines in 2013 that required all social media influencers to include any material connection between the post and company. Despite this, Ernest Mather of Princeton University found that 90% of posts do not comply with FTC guidelines. The only solution for this problem is to mandate social media companies to use artificial intelligence tools to monitor compliance of posts. Furthermore, there have been multiple bills introduced to rein in social media companies. Senator Amy Klobuchar and Senator Cynthia Lemons proposed the Nudge Bill, which authorized studies to investigate ways of decreasing addiction to social media. Unfortunately, big tech lobbies have not let this bill pass. So let's all write to our senators, vote yes on bills that regulate social media. And let's be the voice of change. So next time you wonder where that wind is that's supposed to dramatically blow your hair, just remember, influencers set unrealistic standards and goals that no matter how hard we try, we will never be able to achieve. They also promote unhealthy habits that can be extremely harmful to teenagers. It is crucial to remember that even if we idolize an influencer, they may not always have their followers' best interests at heart. Social media is here to stay, but together we can learn to adapt our use, to only get the positive benefits and diminish any negative ones. And the time to start adapting is now.